Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited about today's video because it is a collab with my friend Brianna over at Diva and the Divine. If you have not checked out her YouTube channel, I've mentioned her before. She focuses a lot on health and wellness and spiritual, faith-based content, as well as goals. She also loves her Cultivate What Matters power sheets, and she also does monthly goal check-in videos like I do over here on my channel. So we thought it would be fun for the two of us to team up and give you 10 tips to getting started and using your power sheets in 2021. So I'm gonna give you 5 tips and then head on over to her channel, which I will link down below, to get 5 more tips. If you watch my power sheets videos every month, you've probably heard these before in some way, shape, or form, but I'm excited to put them all together and really consolidate my top 5 tips when it comes to using your power sheets. And we're gonna start from prep work all the way through using it every single month. So let's start with right now. You have a brand new set of power sheets in your hands, but it's not even Thanksgiving. Should I be thinking about my 2021 goals? What should I be doing? And so my first tip for you would be to brainstorm. Start brainstorming your 2021 goals, but then make sure you let your prep work guide your final goals. So if you wanna get started right now, start with this page. Start with the page that says 2021 goal ideas and start jotting things down. I'll be honest with you, I've already started jotting down some 2021 goal ideas, but I'm not quite ready to write in my power sheets yet. So I've actually been doing it on my iPad because I'm trying to get into some more digital things and practice my iPad writing, but you could do it on a piece of notebook paper, you could do it on a Word doc, you could do it on a note on your phone, but just start brainstorming ideas. Things that come up to you that you're thinking like, maybe this is something I wanna do for 2021. But then when you actually go through all of the power sheets prep work, if you've answered all of the questions and you're sitting there staring at the answers and there was something on your brainstorm list that doesn't show up in your prep work, that's okay. It doesn't have to be a goal for 2021. Just because you thought of it now does not mean you have to pick it when you finish all of your prep work. Both years that I have done the power sheets from start to finish, there were things that I thought were going to be a huge priority that didn't show up in my prep work, and then vice versa. There were things I hadn't even thought to brainstorm that showed up in my answers to the questions that then became a very important goal. So don't be afraid to brainstorm now, but don't tie yourself to those when it comes to actually setting your final goals. Number 2 is about getting through the prep work. I hear every year, but the prep work is so overwhelming, like, and I can't get through all of those pages. Here's my tip. First off, I want you to have a good playlist on in the background. This is just a bonus tip. I want you to be listening to something that makes you happy, and maybe it needs to be instrumental. Maybe you're not like a lyric person when you're trying to think. There's a lot of great instrumental radio stations on Spotify and Pandora where you can get like movie soundtracks or your favorite songs, but the instrumental version. Or maybe you do need some like upbeat pop music to get you excited and motivated to answer all the questions. Whatever it is, make sure you have a good playlist. But then on every single page of the prep work, before you start writing, I want you to set a 10-minute timer. And when that timer is up, you turn the page. You can always come back and add more ideas later, but otherwise, I struggle with this too. I'll sit there and be like, well, I have to get to the bottom and I have to fill out everything and I have to make sure I didn't forget anything. But guess what? If you remember later, you can go back and add to it. So when the timer is up, you turn the page. Number 3 is don't feel like you have to represent all of your goals every single month. So the way the power sheets is set up is it has you pick 8 overarching goals for the year and then break them down into 8 action steps for each quarter. However many you have, 8, 4, 7, 2, however many you have, don't feel like every single month you have to represent all of those goals on your tending list. There are some months that you just won't get to some of those goals, and that's okay. And maybe it's because you finished it already in a previous month, or maybe it's because it's not the right time. But don't feel like you have to have, especially if you're color coding, sometimes it can be so tempting to make sure that you have all 8 colors represented on your tending list, and you don't need to. I just finished planning my November goals the day that I'm filming this video, and I only have 6 of the 8 colors, and that's totally okay. And one of them only has one thing, so it's not even like drastically they're all represented. And one of the things that I always remind people of is you can either do 1 or 2 goals really well and make huge incremental progress on it, or you can do a lot of goals a little bit. And both of those are really great options. So if you're somebody who's like, no, like, and I need to represent all 8 goals, okay. But make sure that the steps that you have for all 8 of those goals on your monthly tending list are small. Or the other option is pick some that you're gonna focus on and really go all in on those goals. Either way is a great option, but I just don't want you to feel pressure to put an action item for all 8 goals every single month. All right, number 4, you put it on your tending list and then you put it in your planner. I say this all the time. If you do not schedule time for your goals, if you do not take those action items and put them in your planner. Make time for them. They're not just gonna happen. You have to schedule time to do those action steps. You have to put them in your planner, whether that's a Google Cal or a weekly planner, monthly planner, daily planner, however you plan. If it goes on your tending list, it also goes in your planner. And then my last tip is to keep your power sheets somewhere where you can see them. And I know that this might be difficult depending on how you have things set up, depending on whether you live with other people, whether you have little ones, but try and find a place for your power sheets to live, preferably opened up to your monthly tending list, or tear that monthly tending list out. It's perforated for a reason, and put it somewhere where you are going to see it, whether it's on a mirror or in a tray on your desk. That's what I do. You can leave it open on your desk if you have a big open desk with lots of space. Wherever you are going to see it a lot, having your tending list in your line of sight on a daily basis makes a huge difference. Because honestly, a reason that people don't achieve their goals sometimes is that they just forget. They forget that they set that goal to begin with. So if you keep your tending list front and center of your life, wherever that is for you, you are way more likely to actually achieve your goals. All right, that is it. I hope that you found those 5 tips helpful. If you are getting started with the power sheets for the first time, let us know down in the comments. If it is not your first time, let us know how many years you have been using the power sheets. And then make sure you head on over to Brianna's channel to get the additional 5 tips from her. I'm so excited that we were able to collaborate. And then subscribe so that you can watch her monthly goals videos as well. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, all focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. Happy planning. Videos that I goals, what? If you watch my power sheets videos, no, that's not what I'm gonna say. Actually do those action steps. Okay, one doesn't really work with a tip like